Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Solo Leveling, episode 4. This time, he's in the dungeon. Let's see what happens this episode.
Will he get killed by this wolf?
The cliffhanger seems to pose that question. Let's find out the answer this time.
Maybe he just wants to be friends.
Maybe.
Whoa, look at this crazy ability.
Did he put he didn't put points into agility, did he? He put it all into
I'm pretty
strength.
sure he put it all into strength. Clearly.
He's just punching it? Jesus.
Maybe you should have put some points into intelligence.
Alright, what's he gonna do? How do you get out of this one? No one coming to save you. You have no weapons. You just are extremely powerful and strong, but also very inexperienced. Okay, change the environment. He has an inventory?
I guess so.
Is that like a basic sword that he has that you start the game with? Like, does he just have that? Did he pick that up from the previous thing?
Maybe he got it as a reward or something. Oh, no, he doesn't know. He has no idea. Stuck in the ground.
Come on, you're strong. How stuck can it be? You're like flying around punching wolves and shit.
Imagine if he just like got himself with it. Oh.
Nice. Badass.
But this one has... Oh.
Self-preservation.
Now Steph's running from him. So you need dungeon food.
Dungeon mish. So you're gonna farm some lichens? Alright, time to farm.
Get back on that grind set. He's really leveling up.
A title. Yeah, let's stand right next to it. That can't be good, right? Like this fucking portal to another dimension.
That doesn't look too good. Oh.
Store.
It's like a Zelda sword. They just break.
Oh. Oh, so we can leave if he wants. Hell nah. I wonder what, like, happened to make him like this. Like, how did he get this ability to, like, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Why is this happening to him?
It's because the programmer saw him and was like, he's just like me for real.
Literally. That must be the thing. It's like some Angel Beats type shit.
Hope you get access to the store soon.
Yeah, what level does like level 100 get you the store? Oh, it means you've matched their level.
That's cool.
But what does it mean to become much stronger? Because, like, he's just slicing through them. It's not like he's doing a number of damage. He's, like, cutting through their heads and shit when he was at level 2. So, like, is he turning them to dust at this point? Or, like...
Is he just looking at them and they disintegrate?
What about him is stronger, exactly? Like, I know his strength level is stronger, but, like, what does that mean when he's fighting them? Does it...
Well, I guess he also has, like, higher perception and higher
I think
agility.
he's been putting all of his points into strength.
No, he automatically, when he levels up, they all go up.
Oh, they all... Right, he said that.
So,
My bad.
So, I guess just he's doing the same thing, but it feels easier.
But, like, when it's like, oh, these monsters... are, you know, I'm leveling up and they're becoming weaker, but like how are they becoming? If they bit him, would they do less? Would they not kill him now?
Maybe.
You still got those knives. Is this the boss?
Oh, it's only orange. Just jump inside its mouth and stab it.
The animation's looking a lot better. Oh, shit.
Ow!
What just happened? Did he push it away? Or did it miss him? It just missed him. Okay. Because he mentioned being like, oh, I thought I had gotten stronger, or whatever. I thought it was gonna end there.
Whoa. It's activating his magic abilities. Oh.
I think it was just for flair.
Oh my god.
He just hugged a fucking giant snake to death.
Damn.
Take its teeth. Loot its teeth.
I think he automatically loots.
Badass.
Ooh.
That's sick.
Actually cool. Paralysis.
Venom. Ooh. All right. Well, that was pretty fucking sick, I gotta say. That whole sequence was actually really, really good. That's the kind of thing that I've like kind of been waiting for with the show, is like, you know, okay, all right, power fantasy, video gamey type shit, I get it, you know, but like, where's the style? That's kind of what I really wanted. Oh, now he's gonna be able to flex.
Roll up, and then he's gonna flex for that girl that he's got a crush on. She's gonna show up and be like, and she'll be like, "Don't go in there, you'll die." And he'll be like,
"I'm fucking crazy." Watch her just be dead, though. Watch that be the cliffhanger we leave on. Oh shit! From the OP, it's Kaiju number 8.
Why are you here?
Yeah, guys,
Do you
I don't know what the fuck.
Zero self-preservation?
Like, these people are stupid as hell.
Wow. That's pretty rough. But that's the only people that they could find. Come on, what are you doing? Might need to retire.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Or get some psychiatric help.
It's gonna end on a cliffhanger when he's about to pop off
Yeah.
against this fucking monster.
We're gonna throw it. He's
Just
gonna
rips
rip it.
those people in half.
Oh my god! Who did that? He's just gonna like disappear. Oh, they think.
どうして防御が崩れたんだ攻撃は1ミリのダメージも与えてないさっき飛んできた何かが数人がかりで傷一つつけられなかったボス級のゴーレムを斧で倒すなんてすみませんはい投げたんですかああそれはあちらのハンター凄まじい破壊力
What were those guys doing with those guns?
ハンターなのか
You know what I'm saying? There's like guys standing around with guns, but a sword is more powerful. These people like literally whacking it with a sword is more powerful than these fucking guns.
あんまり体力残ってなかったのかもな
Are we actually gonna leave on not a cliffhanger? Oh wow. Look at that.
Nice.
All right.
Funnily enough, I'm more excited to watch the next episode than
Yeah.
I was every other cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly. A pretty good deal.
I'd say this whole thing is a pretty good deal for him.
I would agree with that. Yeah, that sequence where he was killing the snake, the sequence when he was killing the snake was pretty sick. I was waiting for them to like flex like the style of the show, because so far the show looks like the style of it is really generic and like very A1 pictures, and you know, that's fine. It's just like I've said in the comments before, what set apart something like God of High School from other, you know, really generic action series was that the adaptation had like a style and a energy to it that was like unmatched in my opinion by like a lot of different things. You know, you can have a basic story as long as the presentation's great. My one gripe with the show, my one main gripe with the show so far has been, you know, it's telling a basic story in a really basic way, and it has everything that's very, you could say, generic or just like sort of very surface level, and that's okay. But for me personally, I need to see like you need to show me like a little bit more than, like, even if it's just visually. Like I don't even need the story to be super complex, but you know, I needed what we got this episode to, you know, to kind of immerse myself more in the action, to be invested in the action, because you know I'm the guy that kind of doesn't like monologues or you know, like, I don't know, just like the technicalities of the magic system or the inventory system and all this stuff. It's just, to me, it's just something to get over before we can get to like the pretty animation and the interesting fights and the, you know, the technical, more interesting stuff that we could see going forward. Like all the details aren't super necessary or interesting to me. What's interesting to me is the presentation, because everything, you know, you've probably seen a lot of what the show's going to be covering before. So, you know, what is the show going to bring to the table? And I feel like if this episode was more of a taste of what we might get going forward with the show, then I'm more interested. If it's going to be more kind of like sitting in a hospital or, you know, just learning about the magic system every episode and leaving on a cliffhanger for tune in for next week, then, you know, I'll still watch it, but I'm not going to be nearly as impressed. But if this is kind of what, I don't know, I could see myself getting into something like more what we saw this episode, I guess.
I do think as well, I like at the end, like the way that they left off the end of the episode, because like previously it's like every time it's like, oh well, like the ending like felt kind of off to us personally.
Yeah.
But like this one, I feel like they ended off at the perfect place. I thought for sure they were gonna be like, he throws it and then like we don't see what happens, or like he's like gearing up and then like we don't see what happens till next time. But I love that they like just wrapped it up and then he like walks away and everyone's like, oh my god, that was so we get like kind of the fully complete scene and are thinking about like, wow, he like just leveled up so much right now that like, you know, and also and then it's like, are his daily tasks gonna get more crazy now that he was just doing like One Punch Man workout, but like now that he just moved up like 50 levels in one day, and like also like, how is it gonna start getting a lot harder? Like he's like kind of on this high now of like, oh, I'm so strong, and then it's like in a video game where you like blast, you're like binging the game almost, and you're like playing, and you're like, oh, I'm at level 25 now, and then level 26 takes like weeks to get to because
he'll hit like a little ceiling.
The difficulty just gets so much harder, and like the amount of you'd need to kill like 500 of those dogs to be able to get up to the next level, where like you would kill 2 and level up previously, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see if that like I don't, because I don't really know like what I necessarily expect from the show, because there's like the video game aspect, and then also like what the rest of the world is going on with all these dungeons and stuff, and how he might like he clearly like he could have stayed around and taken credit for that, but he didn't. So is he gonna be kind of like this, like he's like a rogue dude that like goes around and like, you know, helps these like weaker teams out and stuff, or is he gonna like join up with a like a S rank team, or eventually?
I feel like he's probably gonna be trying to make as much money as he wants, or as much money as he needs for his mom, and then he'll probably get, you know, people from higher up in the Hunter Association will check up on him, and then maybe give him some more difficult assignments or something.
Or
like
are they gonna be like coming after him because
he shouldn't
have that? They like just tested him and he didn't go through a second awakening, but now he's stronger, and then like if in a month they tested him again, then he'd be even stronger, and like that's supposedly not really a thing. So like, is he gonna have to kind of like hide and like pretend, like he's gonna have to like, if he's doing shit, be in disguise or something to
I wonder if there's like, because right now like the thing of him like saving them or like giving them the upper hand and leaving seems like a really kind of, he's really cool and humble, and he's just letting them, you know, figure it out for themselves. Like he's not, but he could have, you know, got in there, got some money, and then helped his mom. But I think it is just, I want this guy to be really cool and admirable in this moment when I don't know if he would get paid. I imagine he would. They were just like drafting people, you know, he got pulled into there just like anyone else. Anyway, yeah, I think that he'll just so I don't know, like, because is there a punish, like, I mean, we might learn that there might be a dangerous reason why he shouldn't show what he has to other people.
Well,
but
I mean, like, it's just like unheard of, so like maybe they want to experiment on him, or maybe they know something that we don't know, and they're like, no, we don't want you around because we don't want you to be powerful like that kind of thing.
Maybe what was I gonna say? Yeah, something like him being too dangerous or something, or
it's like too unpredictable, or
maybe he'll upset like the balance of everything, like all we talked in episode 1 or something when they were talking about the essence stones or whatever they're called, the money of this whole system, and about how that's like used for energy and used for all this shit. Like, would it be if he was studied, and like if he was studied and everyone could level up, would that just like completely ruin the economy? You know, are they going to get into something like that? Like, if everybody can just defeat all the bosses and defeat all the dungeons and just like get as much essence stone to start like farming everything, would that just like completely ruin the hierarchy and like change everything? I think it would be better for everybody, because then everyone could get more essence stones, but then they might not be priced as high. The price would go down, and then people would be making less money from that. He might want to just keep it on the download because he doesn't want to get experimented on. 2, if I was him and I was being selfish like that, I would be afraid that other people would be able to learn my secret, learn how to do things the way that I do, or learn some kind of insight that like allows them to copy what I'm doing with this whole video game system or whatever. And then I'm not as special, and I just go back to another dude in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then his whole like money maker of him being super strong,
he'd be playing like out. The beta of this game, and then everyone else got in and immediately surpassed him.
Yeah.
He was just like bad, but he thought he was good.
Yeah.
But then it's like, then it comes back around to like why is he even in this position in the first place? Did the author even know at this point? Is that even like a point of the show necessarily? Like, is like the why, because like he doesn't seem to be questioning why very much. He's like, oh, so that's how this works, and like he's curious about the mechanics, but he's not having like a crisis of like, why am I in a video game right now?
Why do I have like superpowers? Why am I doing dungeons that don't exist?
I would be distraught. You know what I mean? It's like a good thing because like you're getting more powerful, but I would also be, are we living in a simulation? What is going on? And also the fact that there's like it's like, do other people have this secretly? There's like this inventory, like there's there's like a fully made game.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, just for this guy, like, was someone just like waiting around behind the scenes until they found it? Or is this person like hopping, like play, like he's just like got created into a character, and like all these people are like playing as character. You know what I'm trying to say there? Know. It's like I don't know.
I want, like, does everyone have an inventory like that? Does everyone have like a version of this system, but he just has like
he just like gained access to it?
Yeah, I maybe I am not. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. At a certain point, I don't recall people. Yeah, no, because the whole interface. The whole thing is that the whole interface.
All new.
Yeah, because when he was in the hospital, like they made a thing about like how nobody else can see it but him. So, yeah, I really do question the logic of, I mean, putting all the soldiers with guns guarding the people, but not shooting at the fucking giant monster that's about to kill them all.
I assume that it's like...
They're not magic bullets. It's not like part of the whole system, but then it's like... if nobody has that whole like video gamey thing, they're just like read on this scale that people like... It'd be different if everybody had a version of this like interface that he's dealing with. And it's like, oh, you need to interact with this kind of interface in this sort of system. But everybody else is sort of measured on a scale that humans like sort of invented as a way to like measure their shit. Like everybody touches that orb or whatever, and then they're given like a rating. But they're not like, so they're buying swords and like weapons and shit to fight these all these demons and everything. But like, I guess there's like healing magic and mages and stuff. And like turning into things, but there's nothing about a sword that somebody powerful is wielding that is necessarily more powerful than a fucking automatic rifle that like.
Well, I think it probably has to do
because
like you can't just use like a kitchen knife. You have to use like, I think it has to do something, which is why you can't be like a normal guy and a hunter. You have to have at least.
Can you not use a kitchen knife? I think they just haven't, but I think
I thought that it was like a thing of that like because they're magical creatures that they like get harmed by like magic items, you know what I mean? Like if you had like a demon, then you stabbed it, then it wouldn't work, but if you had a magic knife, then it could work.
Well, he's punching them and they were totally fine with that.
Yeah, but he has like magic within him innately. Even though it was only a little bit at the start, I assume that it has gotten more right now, unless his rating would still be very low.
Yeah, either way, he would have the magic within him and whatever,
but what I don't know is so they can craft magical swords, but why aren't they working on magical laser guns?
Magical
bullets. Or magical bombs, magical bullets.
Like if you can craft magical stuff.
Yeah, if you could craft a magical sword, but just take that metal that is like making the sword magical and like make that into bullets and then shoot it.
Yeah, these are the kind of logical things that like you that you think of and that are clearly like the point. I guess the point in talking about all this is like the reason why is always because it's cooler for them to fight with knives and swords and shit. But I guess I really value like an in-universe reason for that like is a logical sort of like people came to the conclusion. Like I would prefer like something that they came to the conclusion that fighting with swords and magic and using the ways that they fight is more effective than. But there was a guy fighting here with like a blunderbuss or like some sort of magic gun looking flintlock, if I'm not mistaken. There was a guy standing there. Just swore I saw him. Oh no, maybe it was that guy with the crossbow. Oh no, yeah, it's a crossbow. But it looks, I mean, this is a weird weapon. It's a crossbow, but the string is just going through the barrel of this gun. Maybe it's like a bolt thrower, like a magical bolt thrower. So like you pull the string back, and then in here there's like a magical like ball or something that shoots. So it's not quite a gun. But I saw that and I was just like, is that just like a magical gun? So there are magical guns, but it uses magic.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a thing, like, you know, in wherever like you see stuff and you're like, why are you even bothering to shoot this like. It could just be like they don't bother shooting because like, you know, when you like, because that I was gonna bring up, it's like, yeah, it's like, why aren't you shooting? But then it's like, you know, when you watch something where like okay, bullets do not have an effect on this creature, but then every time a creature rolls up, the cops are out there
but
just
they haven't
like...
said that there's anything special about this sword that he just threw to break the shields of this magical creature.
So
but
it was a good sword. It was a good magical sword. He said that
Oh,
he
it
never
was?
would have been
Okay.
able to afford this.
My bad.
He's like, oh, this costs like 30 million something. We need to, like, I would never be able to get this on my own.
My bad. Yeah, I guess I just missed that fucking line of dialogue. That's my fault, but yeah, okay. Well, yeah, all right, I could see that. Yeah, at the end of the day, the answer is obviously that it's cooler for them to fight with fantasy shit. That's the whole point of the story. The author didn't want to write a story where everybody's fighting with guns. You know, that's the end of it. It's just something that I always question, because they haven't talked about it. But the fact that they are not shooting is obviously should be something in that direction, that like if guns did a fucking thing. But then again, it's like, why do they have the guns? Do they have the guns to shoot the people if they go to fucking die? Like why would you even have the guns? Why carry the guns? If it's literally, I guess it's literally for crowd control to kill people if they try to go fight this thing that will kill them.
Maybe
You know?
there's like certain, like, I don't know, maybe if a goblin showed up, they could shoot it and it might do something, but then...
If that's the case, then why doesn't everyone just have guns?
So
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just feel like it wasn't something... Either we'll like...
It's probably something that the author didn't think about
or it's
very,
just like,
very hard.
it's just
you know?
like, okay,
It's
the
not that
aesthetics
deep.
of like these guys are like the military force of this place and are like keeping the people so they have guns, you know?
Yeah. Like that, and that's it. It's just something when there's all this stuff like developing this fantasy magic, you know, inventory, video gamey, all this shit. This like all this stuff is going into developing that, and then there's just these guys with guns. It's like, what? Why do they have the like? It's. I think it's a fair question to ask, but I think that it's probably just one of those things that the author put in and was just like, yeah, there's military guys because there's a crisis here, and these guys are military guys and they have guns, and that's what military guys do. They got guns and they're standing around doing nothing. There's people that are hurt and they're just standing around looking. There's one guy looking that way. There's one guy looking that way. There's one guy that they're just looking at the city walls. Yeah. Anyway, overall, ow! As I hit myself in the eye with the coffee. Overall, I'd say this might be my favorite episode so far. If just for this this intro bit in the dungeon, I feel like they really flexed hard on the animation and it really paid off. And this technically would be like the third episode, quote unquote, because the first two were like a double feature. So very interesting. All right, hopefully next episode is not all just talking about what happened this episode and then leaving on a cliffhanger where he goes to do something else. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.